What's up, edge traders? This is Adam Winnig with another crypto news update, and we have a massive green day happening in the cryptocurrency market. We see Bitcoin at this time of recording up 12.7% on the day. What is causing this massive pump in prices in pretty much the entire cryptocurrency market? We've got interesting news coming from Elon Musk, from Tanzania, the Netherlands, from Canada, all this exciting stuff happening in the crypto markets. Make sure you stay tuned. We're going to cover all the latest news and break down the charts so that way you're up to date on everything that you need to know about the crypto market today. Hey, my name's Adam Winnig, and if you like cryptocurrency and you like making money, then make sure that you like this video and subscribe and turn on the post notifications so that way you're up to date on everything that you need to know about the cryptocurrency market each day. Now, with that being said, let's go ahead and let's dive into what's actually happening. We see that Bitcoin is up over $40,000. It's up 12.7% at the time of making this video. Ethereum up 8%. We see Binance going up 11%, Cardano up 10%, XRP up 6%, DOT up 10%, Uniswap up 13%. Pretty much everything is in the green for today. And what's actually causing this massive pump to happen? Well, as you guys know, Elon Musk seems to have quite a control over the market. And he basically came out and basically said that Tesla will resume taking Bitcoin as payment once miners go 50% green. So this was massive news. And again, we don't really know who would actually sell their Bitcoin for a Tesla. They'd be pretty crazy to do that. But as we can see here, Elon Musk tweeted this and the market went crazy. And as we know, this issue of Bitcoin being green has been going on for a little while now. And we already see action being taken. We see that, countries like El Salvador, which decided to accept it as legal tender, has found unique ways to use geothermal volcanic activity to actually mine Bitcoin. So Bitcoin is becoming a greener and greener thing, as we know, and I think it'll continue to do that. So this was really exciting. I think this is what caused the majority of the pump. We also had some interesting news from the Tanzanian president that basically urged the central bank to prepare for crypto. Basically, the president of Tanzania wants the central bank to begin exploring Bitcoin and different digital assets, which obviously Tanzania is not a huge country, but we see this domino effect starting to happen with El Salvador and now Tanzania. A lot of news from a lot of different central banks from around the world that are starting to explore the ideas of regulating and accepting Bitcoin, which is really, really awesome. We also see news from the Netherlands. Earlier this week, we had some FUD come out about the Netherlands possibly actually banning cryptocurrency, but the country's finance minister basically said that it's not the right call to ban cryptocurrency, but they just need to put some regulation around cryptocurrencies, which is really good. And for those of you guys that are scared about regulation needs to happen, and this is where the big money is going to come on once there's even more regulation, which is really awesome. Now, another piece of important news that came out was Canada's Purpose Bitcoin ETF continues their systematic accumulation over last month's price decline. Obviously, price declined by over 50% this past month, and a giant Bitcoin ETF in Canada basically continued to buy up as we saw that market crash on Bitcoin that wicked down all the way to $30,000. They basically came in and bought up a ton of that. And fund managers in the United States hope to replicate the success of their Canadian counterparts by launching a Bitcoin ETF of their own. It was reported that the United States SEC, Securities and Exchange Commission, has begun a formal review of 3 different ETF proposals, with the first decision expected later this month, which is huge. This is so exciting. This means that people can invest their 401k money, their retirement money into Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies in the United States. So this could be just a windfall of money coming into the cryptocurrency space, which is obviously really, really good for prices. This is awesome that Canada, has already started with their ETF. So hopefully America is here to follow shortly. Nearly 25% of all Ethereum is locked in smart contracts. As you can see with this little chart here, we can see the amount of the supply that's actually locked in smart contracts on Ethereum is just continuing to rise. Nearly 25%, I guess, is now locked inside of smart contracts. This is huge for Ethereum. This means that basically people are locking their money into Ethereum, and they see Ethereum as a long-term project, which we obviously know, but this is great for Ethereum price as well, because people are really locking up, getting ready for a big push in price. Other important things going on in the market. We just saw Michael Saylor that basically completed $500 million worth of funding. And basically they're going to use those proceeds to buy Bitcoin. Supposedly they already own approximately 92,000 Bitcoins. This guy is awesome for the space. He's just buying Bitcoin at any chance that he has. He's basically raising debt to buy Bitcoin at any chance that he possibly can get it. And yeah, so that's pretty awesome news. I saw this tweet from Anthony Pompliano that basically says, while the Federal Reserve and politicians pumped asset prices to the moon, the bottom 45% of Americans who own no assets have watched their wealth get devalued. The wealth inequality gap is wider than has ever been, and the money printer is the one to blame, right? The reason why a lot of assets are becoming really expensive is because we're printing more and more dollars at a crazy, ridiculous rate, and this is horrible for the bottom 45% because they don't really own assets. They just have their money in cash, and their cash is being devalued. So this is the story. This is kind of the ethos behind Bitcoin, right? To save people. Supposedly, Paul Tudor Jones also wants to have 5% of his portfolio in Bitcoin. That is massive. He's worth $7 billion. And basically, Paul Tudor Jones says, I like the idea of investing in something that's reliable, consistent, honest, and 100% certain, which is huge that Paul Tudor Jones is talking this way about Bitcoin. Okay. Now, with that being said, let's go ahead and let's take a look at some charts really quickly here. Some important things that I want to update you guys on. As you can see here, we're looking at the crypto total market cap here. And we can see that it's still in this sort of volatility compression pattern where we see prices kind of in this range and prices becoming more and more compressed. And we're waiting for a breakout either to the upside or the downside. We think the upside. But if we take a look into Bitcoin, what's actually happening with Bitcoin, we saw this same fall off and then this volatility compression pattern that was forming right here. And we just saw it break outside of the volatility compression pattern. And it looks like this candle is continuing up green, which is awesome. We just hope that the day continues in the green and outside of this volatility compression pattern, we could see higher prices coming up to maybe this, $45,000, $46,000, $47,000 zone up here, which would be really awesome. Obviously, we can see it on the hourly chart a little bit more clearly breaking out here. If we see what's happening with Ethereum, we see that Ethereum's kind of lagging behind, right? We see that it had the big dump off, volatility compression pattern, and we see that Ethereum hasn't really broke out of this range yet, along with most other altcoins have not really broken out of this range. It's primarily been Bitcoin that's been stealing the show at this point with all of the news surrounding central banks and Tesla around Bitcoin. So Bitcoin dominance, as you can see, has started to rise up here. It hit a low of about 39%. If you're unfamiliar with what Bitcoin dominance is, it's the percentage of money that's allocated to Bitcoin versus the total space. So 39, basically right now, 46% of all money in the cryptocurrency space is in Bitcoin, right? That's essentially what is happening here. And we see this continue to rise, as you can see here more clearly, even on the hourly chart, what's happening right there. Now, let's go ahead and let's also take a look at the crypto fear and greed index. We can see that yesterday the market was in extreme fear at 23. Last week, it was even lower, is at 15, meaning people are really fearful. And if you know the Warren Buffett quote that basically says, be greedy when others are fearful. And now we can see the fear greed index at about a 28 according to this chart here. So if you guys thought this was helpful, then I also have something really cool for you guys. We created this free report. It's 7 crypto passive income ideas that you've probably never heard of. We write down 7 different crypto passive income opportunities. So if you're interested in earning passive income with cryptocurrencies, you can go to blueedgecrypto.com/7 and you can download this free report. We've broken it down really simply, and these are easy to implement options that you can start earning passive income inside the cryptocurrency space. If this was helpful and you'd like to see more videos like this that we come out with almost every day, then go ahead and like and subscribe, and also turn on the post notifications so that way you're up to date on everything that you need to know about your crypto journey.